All right, here are our solutions for quiz 1 for Math 211. I got a couple problems here and you're asked to solve them. So when you're solving these, it might be a good idea for you to show more of Polya's 4-step process and show your methodology a little bit more. Since I know the answers, I'm just going to kind of show you the answers and then I'll let you figure out the rest kind of on your own. So this first problem here, first off, I didn't make this up. I don't know what Murat, I don't know where that name came from, or Volcan, but whatever. I found this problem, and it seemed like a good problem to illustrate one of our problem-solving methods. Specifically, in my mind, this problem lends itself very well for drawing a picture. So the idea here is that you got a garden, and it's a rectangle, and the sides are 25 meters by 35 meters. So, wow, it's not a rectangle. So maybe, I don't know, there's 10, 25, 10, 20, 25, by 35 meters. 10, this is not at all to scale. 10, 20, 35, sure, who cares? Sorry for the terrible picture, but hopefully it'll suffice. Wow, it's very hard to draw on a computer. Okay, anyways, here's my garden, or Murat's garden, or whatever the hell this is. And there's some issues going on here. We're trying to grow something, grapes, I think, and we're told that we need to leave at least 3 meters between each vine, and we also want 3 meters between each of the rows, and we also want 3 meters between each vine and the edge of the garden. So what I'm saying is, here is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33. The first vine that I plant can't be any closer to this wall than this 3 right here. And the last vine that I plant can't be right here because this is only a distance of 2 away from this wall. Similarly, going up this axis, I got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. First vine I plant could be right here, because it's 3 from this one and 3 from this one, and then another one here, and here, 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 but there can't be one up here because it's not a distance of 3 away from this wall. So in this direction, I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 might be a surprising result. You might have thought it should be 8 or something if you just try to use a variable, which is why I think drawing a picture is a really good way to do this one. Same idea, going across this way. Just kind of count. Remember, I cannot have one here, just like I could not have one here. So in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So vines, I want there to be, what did I say this was, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 by 10. So 70 vines. I didn't draw the rest in there just because that seemed like a lot of work for me, but maybe you can picture this grid with all the vines in here. Why do you got to put them there? Well, frankly, you don't have to. This is just the maximum you could put in. You could shift them up a little bit or space them out a little bit more, but I kind of condensed things as much as possible and then saw I couldn't put one right here. I think that's everything I got for this problem, so let's move on to another one. This problem, what I had in mind was to solve this algebraically, although I bet you could also do it with guess and check. I have twice as many dimes as you have quarters. You have twice as many quarters as I have dollars. With my dimes and dollars and your quarters, we have $17.10. How many quarters do you have? Okay, well, you have a couple options in how you introduce your variable. You could say, maybe I'll say option 1. You have twice as many quarters as I have dollars. I have twice as many dimes as you have quarters. So let's let dollars and dimes, we'll start with a D. Let X represent the number of dollars, And why did I choose that to be dollars? You might have guessed that I would let X represent the number of quarters. Well, actually, that'll be option 2. But I'm going to let X represent the number of dollars. And the reason why is you have twice as many quarters as I have dollars. So if X represents the number of dollars, 2X would represent the number of quarters. And if 2X represents the number of quarters, and I know that I have twice as many dimes as you have quarters, then twice 2X, aka 4X, represents the number of dimes. So now what we can do is we can figure out how much money we have. We can take advantage of this statement right here. In order to avoid decimals, I'm going to do this in pennies. So what I mean by that is the amount of pennies I have in dollars is 100x. And the amount of quarters that I have, or the amount of pennies I have in quarters, will be 25 times 2x. And the amount of dimes, the amount of pennies I have in dimes, would be 10 times 4x. So instead of saying a dollar is 1.00 and a quarter is 0.25 and a dime is 0.10, instead of dealing with dollars as my unit, I'll deal with pennies as my unit, in which case it's 100, 25, and 10 respectively. And when I add those up, I should get 1710. And so what I now have is an algebraic problem. I got 100x plus 50x plus 40x is equal to 1710. And so I got 190x equal to 1710. And maybe at this point you pull out a calculator. You can pull out a calculator and divide and get that x is equal to 9. And then you're really happy and you're done, but actually you're not done, because the question's asking how many quarters you have, and remember x represents the number of dollars. So 2x, the number of quarters, is 18. And if you wanted to, you could check your answer. You could say, wait a minute, so I have $9, check. $9, and I got 18 quarters. And apparently I have 9 times 4, or 36 dimes. Does that work out? Well, I get $9 is worth $9. 18 quarters is what, $4.50? Because 20 quarters would be $5. And 36 dimes, that's $3.60. And if I add those all up, I get $17.10, which is what I was supposed to get. So nice little check built in here. Before I finish this up, I'm just going to write option 2. That x represents quarters, number of quarters. But then you have to be a little bit careful. Half of x would represent dollars. And 2x would represent dimes. The advantage to option 2 is then when you figure out x, you're done. Over here I figured out x and I wasn't done. 2x was the answer. The advantage to option 2 is that x is the answer. The disadvantage is that I have this half in here, so now I have to start dealing with fractions, which I know a lot of people don't like. Anyways, that's the solutions to this quiz. I'll end this video here.